Hi guys, welcome in. My name is Angel and I'm going to give you guys a reading today and get a feel for the energy. It is a beautiful sunny day compared to all the days filled with rain and a lot of cloudy fog. I'm sure you guys have experienced this fog as well. So we have Grace. Grace personifies physical precision and refinement of movement, the essence of balanced composure. Grace is unfazed by heights, tall trees, slippery slopes, and violent crosswinds. Runner, acrobat, dancer, tightrope walker, Grace is elegant, but not by effort and strain. When your mind and body become heavy and awkward, Grace will give you poise and help steady your nerves. So, somebody is being gifted grace during very harsh times. Because what was it talking about? Tall trees, slippery slopes, and violent crosswinds. Somebody is not straining, or you're being asked to not strain. It shouldn't be a forced effort. Sorry about the glare, guys. I do love these cards, though. So maybe you're entering a new graceful stage where things are effortless and you're finding a way to calm your mind and your body down, which really helps allow you stay in the present moment. All right, let's get a question. I want to see what this is, where this is going. What does this have to do with, Spirit? Okay. What is working well in my life? Ooh. What is working well in my life? So somebody's got some grace. Somebody knows how to hold themselves, hold their energy. Very poised. Very poised. It's like you can't control what's going on outside, the slippery slopes, the circumstances that pop up. But when they do pop up, I see somebody being very graceful. Like a lot of integrity. Like no projection, no putting blame on anybody. I see somebody even willing to take accountability if it's brought to their attention or your attention. I feel like I'm talking about you. When it's brought to their attention, they examine it. You examine it. You look at it. You think to yourself, is this me? Is this something I need to take accountability for? And when it's not, you know that it's just a projection and it's not yours. And you send it back with grace. Like, look at how I was just sending this back. He or her, I'm not sure. It's got a tail. Okay, it's a guy because it doesn't have boobs. Your grace is working very well with you right now. Let's find out what else is working really well for you right now. What energies? Let's get a overarching theme with the Psychic Tarot. What is working well for them in their life? Wow. Solitude. That was very fast. Solitude. Are you? Oh my God! And then the waiting game just fell out. Okay. So not only do you have grace, but you work well with yourself. And you've learned to wait. You've learned to be patient. I'm tempted to ask what you're waiting on. But it's going to be different for everybody. So whoever you are, you're playing the long con. You're playing the long game. And if you're not even aware of this, it's your higher self. It's strategically placing you in places that are bringing certain situations and opportunities into your peripheral vision so that you can pick up on them and choose if you want. Like, look at the rings around here, around this waiting game. Just being patient, circling, acknowledging what is around. This is also the Hermit, and we are in the year of the Hermit. So if you're embracing this solitude energy, this investigative energy, being a detective in your own life and finding connections, this is going to help build the pillar of your light within yourself. Oh, and there's a pillar right there. I like that. Sure. What else is working well for them in their life right now? Money. Money is working well for you in your life right now. And if you don't see it yet, okay. I just heard that's what the waiting game. I see somebody coming up with their desires and what they actually want to go after. Because I see expansion. I see somebody wanting the money because they want life experiences. It's not just to be wealthy. Somebody is really sitting back and figuring out what this money is going to be for. And the way that you're doing it is so graceful and so filled with like integrity. So money is working really well for you. And if it doesn't look like it, it will be really soon. Vow. Yeah, this is a vow. This is a promise. Like, there is no need to worry. There is no, and I think you already know that. You're handling this with such grace. I just saw a black cat run by. Yeah, and then we even have savings at the bottom. Your money is working really well for you right now. Even if it doesn't look like it, something is going on in the background. And you're holding yourself in a very poised position. Like, you're unbothered. Are you learning to become unbothered? It's almost like somebody's developing a new view on money. And that is working really well for you. I'm just going to roll with it. Spirit's taking me to some crazy decks, but there's always a reason. I'm just going to trust it. Protection. Oh my gosh. Moon and Aries. Okay. This is ruled by, first house is Aries, which is all about the self. Whoever you are, you're in a position where you are being allowed to dive into knowledge, into yourself. You've been given time, you're being given money, you're being given protection. All of these things are working out for you. A tiger could be really significant for somebody. It's like the protection of yourself, this grace, like no matter what comes up against you, the way that you handle, you're protected, you're being shown. Or you know this already. You've been shown this. You put all the pieces together and like, wow, something bigger is going on here. That was weird. That was really weird. And this is also, I think, the first phase of the new moon, which is Pisces. Sure, why not? I'll take 3 from tarot. Man, you got it going on. Whoever you are, this is just a confirmation that you're doing the right thing. And if you haven't started doing this, ooh, wow, the way that flipped that out. You're reading the right books. You're listening to the right information, and you're asking yourself the right questions. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. One more, please. Queen of Cups. Okay. Whoever you are, you're holding on to your independence, your money. You want these life experiences. Mermaid energy, very loving, very nurturing, very caring. You are protected. God hired you. Nobody's going to fire you. You're being given this time of grace so that the energies and what you're working on are going to excel. I feel like spirit is working well with you. Your money is working well with you. Your emotions are working well with you. The only thing is I'm suggesting is materialism. Everything should be bought with intention. Everything we own should have a purpose behind it. If not, it gets stuck stagnant energy and it can affect us. So I just see a little bit of materialism, just a little dash. You know, we want to stay away from the superficial because we can end up spending years of our life manifesting something that come to find out when we get it. And we're wondering why we're not feeling the way we wanted to feel. It's because we didn't dive deeper. And if we ask ourselves even deeper questions like, obviously, I want money. Why do you want money? Because I want experiences. What kind of experiences? And then write them down. Be very specific. And the thing is when we ask for things instead of feelings and opportunities or things that are not superficial, we can save ourselves a lot of heartache and a lot of time. I'm going to give an example because that's what I do. I'm a projector. I use my life experiences to assist. So, once upon a time, this little angel wanted to move to Hollywood, California. And I did. I did. I was the fool. I went. I saw, I conquered. I can't even say it right. Yeah, I thought I wanted to be a stunt double. I thought I wanted to be, well known and people would be like, oh, look at Angela. She made it. Like, she did it. Blah, 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 blah. But what I was unaware of was what I actually asked for. Hollywood is not a place for somebody like me, who is very kind of naive, adventurous, willing to try anything, at least once. That was my mentality. So my point is, without getting you guys bored, I ended up getting it. All the things that I asked for. And when I did, I looked around at my nice Hollywood apartment, my beautiful clothes. I got to shop at Melrose. And I started questioning everything. Now, it didn't take long, about 6 to 7 months, for me to lose everything. Because I started asking questions. But I also wasn't being simultaneously grateful. That's the big lesson for me right there. Was that the questions I started asking myself, I was like, what is all this for then? Why do I have all this stuff? Why am I not happy? Why am I not feeling the way I wanted to feel, that I thought I was going to feel? And I wasted 5 years. And I really hope people take the time to ask themselves these deep questions, to find out what is the root of my desire. Why do I desire that? Because you might end up finding that there's something that needed to be healed. There might have been something that needed to be healed. There might have been something that needs to be brought up to your awareness. What are you ultimately wanting? I mean, for me, it's to feel happy and fulfilled and wanted and desired and accepted. And that's not what I was asking for. I thought the things were going to get me that. So my point is, while this is working very, very well, your money is working very well, I see solitude, I see you working on yourself, I see you playing the long game, you're fully protected, I see you very devoted to yourself in spirit, but I also see a little bit of materialism. And I just want to forewarn that find out why. Find out why. And if you are manifesting and asking and praying and wishing for things and hoping for things, I don't hope. I do hope, but I pray that it's for feelings, for experiences, for trying new things and figuring out new things about yourself. I've experienced going up and down and getting everything I want and then losing everything. I mean, I was homeless at that point. I literally was homeless in Hollywood after 5 years, 4 years technically. My point is what we think we want isn't always what we want, and we need to close out these old cycles of the karmic wheel of what we think we want. And I feel like this is working really well for somebody. They're getting some kind of information. They're seeing something. They're seeing something in a new way. Understanding that they're fully protected, that money's on their side, that they have grace, they have poise, but to be aware, to be aware of this materialism. Because otherwise it can bring unexpected surprises. When we put all of that time, all of that effort to go after our goals, to get the things that we think we want that's going to make us happy. And then in the end, after all of that time, after all of that effort, you realize that, wow, I'm not happy. This is not actually what I wanted. And that's okay. It's about being honest with yourself and letting the towers fall, even when they're unexpected and they're sudden, very sudden. Allow them to fall. Okay? Yeah, walk away from what you don't actually want and figure out what it is you do actually want. Like, oh, I got all of these cups, but guess what? I don't like any of them. So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go find out what I do want. What will complete me. And this is working very well for whoever you are. I like this. Okay, where are we going to go? We'll do an untamed or elemental, and then I need to go. All right. Yeah. So your money's working out for you. Your solitude is working out for you. Butterfly, oh my gosh, you're metamorphosizing. You have grace, you have poise, you're asking yourself the right questions. Continue to ask yourself the right questions, figuring out what you do like and what you don't like, what you do deserve and what you don't deserve, and not feeling guilty for telling the truth. Be honest and be truthful, and do not feel sorry or guilty about doing that. You're picking up on other people's energy and how they're going to feel. Their emotions and feelings, they need to deal with it on their own, okay? You don't need to be rude. You don't need to be crass. You don't need to be... What we need to be is loving, graceful, and poised, and truthful. We shouldn't feel guilty or shameful for telling people the truth, okay? So let's read this butterfly. I feel like my friend Kyler was just coming through on that. Oh, man. Butterfly, butterfly, where are you, butterfly? They don't have numbers on this, so it's a little aggravating because, there we go. I say that and then it flips right to it. Okay, metamorphosis. The chrysalis trembles, a habitat palpitating with ardor. It is a theater of transformation, materializing into form. With scales of painted wings, her pupil skin splits in two. This is an unwinding, enveloped by devout effort, through which an emergence takes place, unencumbered by the limits of reason. Her journey from caterpillar to butterfly is complete. The next stage now awaits her. She is a queen, empowered by her ancestral credentials to perform wonders. She greets the world with new eyes, a lineage of greatness supporting her. Butterfly's transformation was arduous. What courage it took to spin that cocoon, knowing what was to come. She is here to remind you that your precious life force needn't be squandered on maintaining outdated versions of yourself. Instead, use it for becoming an emanation of your spirit's purpose. Bewilderment during the metamorphosis process is normal. Breathe with this process. Meditate upon your present and future self as free, victorious, and soaring. Your time in the chrysalis takes you or asks you to draw upon your reserves of faith and courage, and these qualities will guide the way during your transformation. Trust, self-care, surrender. Clear your clutter and relinquish outdated beliefs. I mean, I can see it all lining up in my mind with the solitude, the waiting game. You're in this chrysalis. You're devout. You're. I mean, come on. The waiting game, solitude. You're in your chrysalis. Oh my god, it almost looks like he's like got his hand up there and like wrapping a chrysalis around to become the butterfly. Like, oh, the way my mind sees things. Sometimes it's hard to find the words, but I'm really trying here, guys. But I do see it. I see you metamorphosizing and changing yourself, and that's what's working so well for you. And your independence and your loving and nurturing nature and your adventurous, courageous attitude. And even if a tower does come, you are fully protected and prepared no matter what comes your way. Life has ups and downs. Even after you have a spiritual awakening, it doesn't matter. This is really working well for you. You are protected. You are guided in so many ways. And you're figuring out what you want. And that's what Spirit wants. The Spirit is living through us and having these experiences. Cool. I really like that. All right. I love you. The universe loves you. Everything is working out for your best and your highest good. And until next time, guys.